Thinking about doing the carnivore diet? Well, I did it for 30 days and figured I'd share my experience, and you can see if you want to go through it too. So here it is. So like I said in the beginning there, I tried carnivore. I did it strict for 30 days. So when I say strict, I mean strict. That means meat, eggs, seafood, only cooking with butter, and I tried in as many instances as I could only to season with salt. So 30 days, got it done. Wanted to share my experience and kind of some of my pros and cons of what I think the carnivore diet could do for you if you wanted to give it a shot. So here we go. We'll start with the pros. Pro number one, so I did it for 30 days and I lost 20 pounds. 20 pounds in 30 days. That's almost a pound a day. That's insane to me. Like, I did go through a weakness period where I felt kind of low energy, and I was a little bit concerned for the first like 10 to 12 days. But then after those days, my body just adjusted, and it was an incredible difference. And yeah, 20 pounds in 30 days. With that, pro number two, as my body regulated, I started to feel the pain that I felt on a regular basis going away. So for me, one of the big things was my hands. I, especially after a workout, if you guys watch my shorts, I like to work out pretty consistently. And if I had like a heavy grip, like a lot of dumbbell work in a workout, my hands were sore sometimes, for hours. And so I was popping Advil like crazy, just not good. That went away. Now it's not perfect. My hands don't ache just on their own anymore. If I do a heavy grip focused workout, they still get a little bit achy, like they're not 100%, but it's a vast improvement on what it was before those 30 days. So hands no longer ache. Sleep, I feel like, I guess pro number three is sleep. I feel like I sleep so much better. I don't struggle falling asleep. I feel like I sleep through the night. I try to cut my water intake off because you have to drink a lot of water when you're on carnivore. So I try to make sure that I'm cutting my water intake off at a smart time so I'm not getting up in the middle of the night. But I just feel like I sleep better. And I feel like when I wake up, I'm more refreshed. So that's pro number three. And then pro number four, cognitively, mentally, whatever you want to call it, I just feel sharp. I don't feel like I get that haziness in the middle of the day, towards the end of my workday. I don't feel like I'm like, man, I cannot take this mental load anymore. It's a nice, consistent energy and mental focus level throughout the day, and it's fantastic. So those are the major pros that I can think of. There may be more. I didn't get any blood work done. I haven't gotten any blood work, or before I started, I haven't gotten any blood work done since I got done with the 30 days. But again, 20 pounds down, massive amounts of normal aches and pains are gone. I sleep better and I just mentally feel way better. To me, those are great pros and made it, to me, pretty well worth the 30 days. But now let's get into the cons. Really, there's only one con that I can think of, and that's the carnivore diet itself. If you are strict, if you are not adding things in, now I have added some things back in, we'll go over that here in just a minute, but if you are not cheating and you are doing strict for at least those first 30 days, which I do recommend, I'm not a doctor, but I recommend doing it very strict the first 30 days at least, it is the most monotonous and boring diet I have ever tried. I've tried all sorts of hacks and different things to try to lose weight, and this by far was the worst. It's meat and eggs and seafood with salt and butter. There's only so many different ways that you can cook that stuff to try to make it somewhat interesting. And so you just have to know that. You see all these people that are like, oh my gosh, this food is incredible. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I get to eat steak. I look at steak right now and I want to punch it. Like, it doesn't even sound good. None of it sounds good. And so that is one thing you need to mentally prepare yourself for. If you're going to try carnivore, it's a struggle. There were times where I would have unalived somebody for a Caesar salad. I mean, it's not fun. And so that's really the only con I can think of. You can find cheap options. You know, people complain about the price and all that stuff, and so you can find affordable options to do the diet. It honestly, it's tough. It's hard to maintain, and you just have to find ways to power through. And if you can, again, I think it's very well worth it. And I would recommend at least trying it, even if it's just as an elimination diet. Do it for strict for 30 days, and figure out when you start implementing things back in, because I have started implementing things back into my diet. You can start figuring out, okay, here's what works, here's what doesn't, here's what affects my body negatively, here's what doesn't. So now I want to share with you guys some of the things that I'm putting back into my diet. I'm slowly trying to implement some things, and it's been about 2 weeks now, and so just kind of share what I'm feeling and any side effects that I feel like I'm having. All right, so let's start showing what I'm implementing. So I've implemented a few things back into my diet. I know you're supposed to do one at a time. I get it. I'm impatient. Like I said, I went 30 days with just meat, and so I needed to implement some stuff pretty quickly. So item number 1, seasoning. Now, I'm going to preface this. You guys don't know me at all. I have my culinary arts degree. So salt only, while some ingredient, obviously salt enhances the flavor, okay, I don't need you chefs in there telling me, oh, salt is I get it, salt's a great seasoning. But when it's the only seasoning you can have, and you have your culinary arts degree, and you've spent your entire college and a lot of your career coaxing all these delicious flavors out of dishes and creating incredible things with all these different beautiful seasonings that you have at your disposal, salt only sucks. It's a slap in the face. So I'm implementing seasoning back into my life because I need it. Now, I am going to try to go with whole seasonings. So garlic, onion, salt, pepper, I can't list all, basil, oregano, tarragon, whatever you want to throw in there. I'm going to try to avoid pre-made rubs. Now, I will make rubs myself. My cat is on my table shaking my camera. My apologies there. But, so I'm going to try to avoid pre-made rubs at all cost. I'll make my own, but I need seasoning in my life. I do. I try to still do salt a lot on its own, but I'm not going to shy away from seasoning. It's just not going to happen. So I need that. Item number 2, fruit. Specifically so far, dates. I haven't actually tried any other fruit, but dates. I saw Carnivore Ray. He's on Instagram. He was actually kind of my inspiration to start Carnivore, but he implemented dates, and it popped into my head, and they are just a sugar bomb of deliciousness. Remy, what are you doing in my shot right now? Okay, Remy's gone now. So back to this, dates. I am implementing dates in, again, they're a sugar bomb. One of the things that I struggled with the most when I was not losing weight and not in a great spot health-wise was sweets. I would go in and I'd get a full bag of Sour Patch Kids, and I would take them down in one sitting. And I'm not talking about the little guys, I'm talking about the family-size Sour Patch Kids, the big dogs. So this has really helped me because that was one of the things that I craved, and they are natural, they're delicious. Eat 1 or 2 of these, and I am set with my sugar craving. And again, so far, they haven't affected me in a negative manner, so I'm going to keep going with these. I may try other fruits, but for now, these are doing just fine. On to item number 3, and that is I am actually pickling my own items. And yes, these are pickled eggs. I love pickled eggs. I like pickled pretty much everything. I don't know what it is. And on this diet, we had pickles in our fridge when I was doing the strict carnivore for 30 days, and I was like a pregnant woman. I saw those pickles every single day that I opened the fridge to get my food and cook it. And I was like, what I would not do right now to eat one of these pickles. I don't know what it was. So I'm going to be pickling my own items now because I know where they come from. So I've got these eggs. I'm actually going to have farm fresh eggs. My parents have chickens, and they've got 18 of them, and they lay a lot of eggs. So I'm going to be eating those and pickling those. I just pickled up some peppers out of their garden. We're going to hopefully be having our own garden here next season. But these I can make. I know what the ingredients are. I know there's not a bunch of extra preservatives and things like that. So delicious, nutritious, and gets my pickle craving out of the way. So Item number 3. And for item number 4, and this is the last item, and this is not healthy. It has no nutritional benefits. It has no nutritional values, but I just enjoy a good old glass of whiskey. I'm a whiskey guy, all right? I like all kinds. I like bourbon. I like Scotch. I like Irish whiskey. I like Japanese whiskey. I like American whiskey. I don't care. I just enjoy, on occasion, a nice glass of whiskey. Again, no benefit to it, okay? But it's just delicious. I do what once, maybe twice a week, and I have whatever a normal size pour is, and it's a nice little treat for me. So this I'm adding back in again. I know there's no value in it, and in fact it could negatively impact, but I also work my tail off with workouts and try to stay on my diet 90 to 95% of the time. So I'm going to indulge and enjoy myself just a little bit. So there's always something that you can do in moderation. If it's going to keep you on track 90 to 95% of the time, do it, okay? Trust me, it'll help. So those are the items that I tried over the past couple weeks that haven't had a negative impact, that aren't, negating those positive effects that the carnivore diet had. Now, I did try diet soda and a sugar-free energy drink, and I got an incredibly gnarly, dull, aching pain in my forearm. And I don't know if it's a neuropathy or something. I don't remember what somebody said, but it was bad. And so I'm avoiding those, trying to do just strictly water. I do have coffee with some butter and some salt in the morning, but pretty much trying to stick to just water to drink. But that's the only item so far that I've tried that has negatively impacted me. So again, run through real fast. Pros: I lost a lot of weight. I feel great physically. I sleep great, and mentally I feel focused and sharp. It's just, again, the con is it's the carnivore diet. It is incredibly strict. It is incredibly monotonous. But if you can power through and you can do it for 30 days, just even, like I said, as an elimination diet, to find those items that negatively affect your body, I think it'll be well worth it. I think you'll be happy with the results that you get. And I think it's worth giving it a shot, at least for 30 days. So if you have tried it, and you had success, please comment. Let me know how your experience was. If you haven't tried it and you want some more information, I am by no means an expert, but I'm happy to share more of my experience with people if they want to know. Like, follow, what's the usual YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Check me out on Patreon, patreon.com/farmtownfather. Just trying to build a community. Oh, and hey, I filmed this video the right way. It's in the landscape mode, not portrait mode, guys. I'm a real YouTuber. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Hope you like the video.